Hello everyone. It's July 4th weekend, and I won't be in town for tomorrow, so I'll be making this video today. And this video will be I'll show you guys the new FinViz scan that I use to find high growth, mostly software technology stocks, because that's what's hot right now. That's the sector, and I have to say it's awesome. It's way better than trading oil stock, and the way technology stock move is beautiful. And you don't actually have to go through 2,000 stocks every week if you can, because the FinViz does a pretty good job when it comes to scanning high growth stocks. And I'm gonna show you guys my scan, and I'm gonna share with you guys a couple ideas with my entry and my stop, my art of trading. And I'm just a disclaimer. I hope that everybody that uses my entry or stop, or like looks at my idea, can think about it more. Like don't just copy and paste what I think the good entry or stop would be. Use your style of trading, because everybody's differently. Everybody's got a different personality. My ideas are swingable, and they're also day tradable. The reason because I started off as a day trader, and I got into swing trading, and I pick up my swing trading habit from day trading. So it all works that way. And I'm going to show you guys the scan. Let's get straight into it. Okay, number one. Am I recording? Yes. Okay, now you go to FinViz, click on Screener, and then you click all. Click all. We'll just do it like that. I think it's easier. First, we want to make sure there's a lot of ads. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god. Can we ignore that? Everybody can. Okay, let's just ignore that. The 20-day moving average. We want to see the price above the 20-day simple moving average, above the 50-day simple moving average, and above the 200-day simple moving average. Reason because we want to trade stocks that are on an uptrend, right? Flow share 5%. That means that there are more than 5% of institutions, players that are shorting the stock, and I like to see basically competitions. Now industry, I only want to trade stocks. I don't like ETFs. I don't trade ETFs. I look at them to see what's going on, and and we also want to look at average volume above 500k for liquidity. That's what I look for, right? And then we want to see change from open up. So I want to see the stock at the end of the day, it's green. That usually means it has great strength, even though it might have turned red throughout the day, but it turned green in the end. Now here's the thing that people that you watch me probably will be not very familiar with, is fundamentals. Okay, and I'm going to do sales quarter over quarter over 30%. I mean over 20%. 20% is good enough. Over 20%. Now I will explain this. Yes, I'm pretty much a full technical trader, but the thing is, I like to speak truth. To be frank, I do look at sales growth when it comes to high growth stocks, because I want to trade the best of the best. I don't care about their EPS growth next year. I don't care about any estimates. That's all people's opinion. I want to see what actually did happen in the previous quarter. So the sales growth there went up more than 20% in the previous quarter. And that's it. That's all I care about in fundamentals. A lot of times I don't even have that. If you don't want it, take it off. But I'm going to do it for you because it increases your win rate. Now we have 51 stock. Now that might be a lot, but not really. It's not. I'm going to go through with you with every single one of them. Not every single one. I'm going to quickly go through what I think is good. AMD. I'm gonna talk about AMD later, because that's one trade where we basically got in. If you guys follow me on the Twitter, right? I'll put in the description. We actually got in trade right here, or my Discord. It's for free, by the way. And we basically ate the whole thing, which is good. And there are a lot of laggers right now in the software or technology sector that hasn't made a move yet. And you might be asking, well, maybe it's too late. They're not gonna make the move. Well, no. I'll show you guys the chart for QQQs as well. It's on an incredible uptrend. You got to give the benefit of doubt to the buyers, because the moving average is still on an uptrend. There's nothing violating it, and it's awesome. All right, let's take a look at individual stocks. And basically, this is the key part, where you grab a pen, have a pen, okay, and a fucking notebook, because we're gonna be writing ideas down before we take a look at them, in detail. Chart. Sorry guys, my English is bad. Okay, number one I like is BHVN. I'll go over them later, but right now just write them down. BHVN. Okay, we got BHVN down, and DDOG, we're gonna put DDOG now. DDOG. DDOG. FLGT also looks good. FLGT. FSLR also looks good. I do like it. FSLR. And HASI, HASI. I also like that. Like I said, we're not gonna trade every single one of these. We're gonna pick them, pick them, and then basically look at it. CLF, also write it down. CLF. Now we're done with first page. We only got 3 pages. Probably less than that, I'm pretty sure. And then now we look at this, the second page. Let's take a look at SIEN. SIEN looks very interesting, right? Crazy move. Snapchat, we're also gonna look at Snapchat. Snapchat looks interesting. SNAP, as you guys can see. And yeah, let's go to the next page. I think that's it from this page. We're gonna go to the last page. There's only 3, yeah, that's what I thought. ZNGA. We're gonna write every single one of them down. I do want to look at every single one of those. We got ZI and ZNGA. Okay, now we're done writing these ideas down. I'm gonna pull out my chart. Okay, here's my chart. Let me just double check you guys can see it. Yeah. By the way, I'll be putting entries and stuff in the description. Like I said, I prefer everybody to look at my idea, but not just follow my train blindly, okay? Because like I said, everybody has different art styles, right? Everybody trades differently, style-wise. You can be day trading this, you can be swing trading this, you can be using your daily chart to find entry. I use 15 minutes because that's what works for me, okay? Now let's start from the beginning. We got BHVN. Immediately, sure, the chart might look good, but I'm not gonna trade this one because we know it's a biotech. I don't like biotechs. That's my personality. If you do like it, go take a look at it. DDOG and DDOG. Okay, DDOG looks good, software company, and then we can see that it's in the span of resistance, and we've been pushing really high lately. Most likely, we're going to be testing the all-time high. But like I said, when I prefer to put this on the watch list instead of actually trading it, okay? Because I don't like to trade stock. I don't like to give it too wide of a stop. So when I get into a stock, I want to see it move instantly, just like day trading, okay? But I'm swing trading it, but you can day trade these as well. I'm not going to trade this one at all, just because how high it has moved. How many percent? 53% in the span of like what, a month? In a bit less than 2 months, okay? 50%. And I don't think these pullbacks are like, enough for me, right? I prefer to see this pullback all the way maybe to the 200-day moving average and then give me a healthier move, right? I want this to keep on going like that. That's just overextended. DDOG on the list, wait for a pullback. CLF, Cleveland Cliffs Steel Company. Okay, we can see that the stock is right now riding the 20-day moving average up, right? And it seems to be, you guys can see the patterns that it's been putting in. It makes big moves and pull down, makes big move, pull down, makes big move, pull down. And which I think now here, based on the personality of this stock, when you trade this, you're gonna have to be real careful because you want to be taking more, basically a bit more profit as it breaks above this high, right? And I think so. It looks good. Let's take a look at it on the 30-minute chart and see if it's tradable, right? First thing I see is if the stock is overextended, right? Where is the beginning of the move? Beginning of the move started right here, and in 3 days it moved up 8%, and the 5-day moving average is just starting to rise up. So I think as Tuesday or Wednesday open, the 5-day moving average will do something like this. Probably see the stock do something like this. But I don't think this will be sustainable for a quick higher move up. I prefer a little bit of pullback down, maybe to the 5-day moving average. Just make another higher low, basically, and then maybe we can put our stop right there. So CLF is also on the watch for me. FLGT, Fluent Genetic Healthcare Company, which is fine. We'll take a look at the daily chart. It's been riding the well, the 50-day and 20-day moving average, you can see that it's on a rise, which is good. And we started picking up, and now the stock has pulled a little bit of pullback. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. We are currently below the 5-day moving average, and it is rising, so we do give the benefit of the doubt to the buyers in the short term. But the thing is, we can see that it basically had it pulled back on a pretty big volume at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can look at the bottom of my screen. I hope the cow with the Lambo is not blocking it. It's pulling back on a pretty high volume. Now I'll talk about volume and stuff, price later on in the video. But now basically I wouldn't trade this just because how high the volume is on a pullback. And that one is a goner. I'm not even gonna watch it. I just don't like it. FSLR, First Solar, trade this company many times back in the day. This one is really similar to AMD. How you can see that the AMD basically around this area made a big move up there. By the way, we did trade this. If you guys follow my Twitter, FSLR looks really similar to that. We can see that on contrast to, I'm not gonna show it. Oops, FSLR. Like compared to the previous one where I said it pulled back on really high volume, this one did the opposite. It surged on gigantic volume and it gave us pullback on lower volume, as you can see. I think it's really good. I think it's pretty good pullback, and we can see that basically on the really near term it made a higher low. It's easier to see on the 15-minute chart right here. And I think that the stock looks good. The 5-day moving average is also on the rise. Very likely that we might be breaking out to a new all-time high, which is what a lot of high growth and tech stocks are looking to do. If you look at NVDA, you know, it's crazy. FSLR, and I do want to trade this for Tuesday. And I think getting above this high right here would be good. Then once we get above that high, the path of least resistance goes higher, which means we'll see higher volatility come in. That's why I said all my stocks are day tradable. Okay, and that entry will be let me see, be above 92.36. Actually, I don't think we need to get above that high. I think the high above Friday's high is enough. I'm gonna scratch that, guys. Stop that real quick. 91.66. I want to get above that. Get your pen and notebook. FSLR 91.66. And if I were to get involved in this one, I'll put my stop we're gonna have to put it right here, because I think very likely a shakeout like that is possible to undercut the Friday's low, right? So I'm gonna put my stop right here, and I'm gonna put it maybe 10 cents below it. It's 89.03. I don't want to put it at $89. I don't like whole number. Let's put it at 88.89. We're gonna give many cents. 88.89 to avoid algorithm shakeouts. $88.89. If you guys don't believe me, they do that. Trust me. The more you trade, the more you know. And the next one we got is a Snapchat. Let's take a look at Snapchat. Snapchat, like I said, if you guys follow my Twitter, you guys know I'm stalking this one, right? The Snapchat made a pretty big move lately, and then it's consolidating through time and a little bit of pullback, which I do like. And we're really close to breaking all-time high with the rising 20-day moving average aggressively, and the 50-day moving average. If we take a look at the 5-minute, 15-minute chart, the 5-day moving average is also on the rise, right? I think this, and then at the end of the Friday, if you look at it even more closely, end of the Friday it made a pretty high move upward, and then it pulled back a little bit. Now, if we can just get above that Friday high, I think it will make a pretty good swing trade, which will be above 69.04. We write that down. 69 for Snapchat. So you want to write SNAP, and what is it again? 69.04. And I want to put the stop at the low of right here. 66.66. All right, 6666. Good sign. Next one we have Sientra, SIEN, right? Now, stock looks good. Looks like it consolidated for a long time, made a big move, obviously fell, but we had a pullback to the 20-day moving average. Perhaps it's a trade. I'm not going to trade it. Just look at this thing. Like, come on. Like, if you like to trade this kind of stuff, go ahead and take it, right? It's not for me. I don't like to trade these kind of high risk stocks. I want to make money. I'm not here to trade to get excitement from these crazy 50% moves, which doesn't really happen all the time, right? Most of the time they kick you out. That's what happens. I'm not going to trade this one. If you like it, I'll put it in the put it on your watch list for you, you know. And the next one we have ZI. We're gonna speed the video up. ZI zoom info, obviously pretty good pullback actually to the 20-day moving average. If we look at it on the 15-minute chart, below the 5-day moving average, I'm not gonna trade this one. Not a big fan. Zen pull back to the 20-day moving average after a move from beginning of June, basically 13% move, pull back to a 20-day moving average. Now it's going up. If you look at it on the 15-minute chart, we're battling the 5-day moving average. I say keep this one on the watch list. Perhaps we can get above this area and start consolidating, and then buy above right here. But as of right now, I'm not going to put this on a trade. For Tuesday, ZNGA, SNGA, it has a pretty good consolidation. This is also a electronic gaming multimedia. Anyways, it's high growth. That's what it is. That's why I put the growth over 20%. It's good. The 20-day, it's above the 20-day and 50-day moving average. And as you can see, the 20-day is starting to entering we're pretty much at a right before we enter a stage 2 consolidation. This one could be big, right? I think that if we can get this one above right here, this high, whoops, my God. If we can get a high above right here, we can get involved and power stop right here. So if you want a wider stop, you can put it all the way down here, right? I'm actually gonna recommend this one for you guys all the way at the bottom. But I think getting involved this one at above $10.95. So right now, $10.95 with a stop. I think that's $10.44 if I believe. At $10.44, $10.44. And that's a video. I hope everybody have a good July 4th, and thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'm going to put this all in the description, entry and stop. I recommend everybody to look at them just as an idea. Don't just copy my style of trading, my style of entry, and my style of stop. Do what works for you. We all have different personalities, okay? And quick talk about volume and price. People always ask me, so Forte, what do you look at? Like, what does big volume indicate? To be honest, don't care about it. Only look at volume like how I did with FLGT, where you look at pullbacks. Is it pulling back on big volume, or is it pulling back on small volume and giving us good opportunities to get involved? And it's merely just a pullback, and that's about it. Don't look at one candle and see crazy volume and be like, oh, what's going to happen? Nothing's gonna happen. It's not a sign of reversal. It's not a sign of anything. Pretty much. Now, at least that doesn't work for me. I just see volume to see if the stock is getting more volatile, because usually that's what volume does. And volume doesn't pay money. Volume doesn't pay how much money you make from trading the stock. If the stock price goes up, then you make money. Price pays, not volume. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. I apologize for the long video. Okay? Some of you guys might not like it, but if you do, please check the description and follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps. It really does. Thank you, and peace.